What's up, little babies? So, check it out. It's been a good couple days. These last couple days. But, so, when I got out of prison the last time, or this time, and I went to the halfway house, I went through some shit, like I said before, in a relationship, and it messed me up, okay? But I turned all that heartache and all them thoughts that I had in my head, all that shit, I turned everything into I wrote it down because I wanted to help individuals that had done a long time in prison get out their head. Because we get in our heads a lot and we think about the wrong shit, and we're so used to having to be on point or always looking around, looking for the next shit. What's gonna happen that day? You know what I mean? Am I gonna get in the bang today? Whatever. You know what I mean? Or we're gonna go on lockdown today. Whatever the case may be, we're always having to shift our mind state to a different purpose, in a different way. Somebody might pull up, you know what I mean? But like I said, I think I've said before, inside prison is far different from outside of here. Out here, I mean, it's similar, but in a lot of ways, it's way different. I mean, how you have to react to certain situations, everything is just different. So it's a culture shock if you've been in there too long, coming out here, trying to deal with the pressures of life and all that situation. And basically, I wrote a curriculum to help people out of that, to help people transition from coming from out of DOC into life, you know what I mean? This life. And it's called From Survival to Purpose. So I'm almost done with it. Just gotta get it copywritten, but hopefully it gets out there big. You know what I mean? Because it's pure, real shit. But another thing I wanted to say. Okay, so last night, somebody gives me a call. Said they've been clean for 5 days, and that they needed to get into a sober living. So I said, okay, I'll get you there. But he didn't have no ride. So I go over there. He says he finally got to sober living, but it's all the way. They're in Arvada, and the sober living's all the way to Aurora, right? He has nothing. You know what I mean? And I talked to him about that on the way over there. I went and picked him up from Arvada. And on the ride to Aurora, I said, look, man, you got to start with nothing. You got to start out just like you fresh out the womb. You know what I mean? You a new man right now. You got to clear that out, clear that up. You know what I'm saying? It's in a sense, we always say we starting from the bottom. We're at our lowest point and we're trying to climb up. Nah, fuck that. We brand new people, because you got to forget everything that you were fucking ever taught about motherfucking life and motherfucking what it's about. And start like a baby, brand new, fresh out the womb. As my feelings upon it. You know what I mean? So, he had nothing. You know what I mean? Just the clothes on his back and the Wi-Fi phone. But anyway, I took him there. Said, good luck, man. I love you. Here you go. He got in there. And I get all the way back home. And it's 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. And I get a call from him. Hey, man. I promise you I haven't smoked. I said, no, I know. But I'm still pissing hot. I pissed hot for shit. And now they're kicking me out. So what the fuck? They can't give you a ride somewhere? They can't let that go for a night? I said, no, that's not part of the program. that you have to go. Yeah, I have to leave. They won't take me to a detox. They won't take me to this. They won't do that. I said, what the fuck? But it's the same sentiment all over. My bad, truck. At the end of the day, it's the same sentiment all over. Every sober living house does this bullshit. You know, if a person wants to get clean, you know what I mean? You should just build off that. Build off being clean. You know what I mean? You build up a motherfucker's dirty and they want to get clean. You know what I mean? That defeats the whole purpose. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can go to AA and you could be drunk that day and they're still going to accept you warm in open arms. You know what I mean? But if you tell a man that you're going to be here, a woman, man or woman, that you're going to be there for them if they want to decide to get clean, and then all of a sudden, no, the whole motherfucking rules change. You know what I mean? Then you're defeating the purpose. There should have been no way, in no shape or form, that should have occurred. You know what I mean? No way. If you call yourself a sober living house, and you say to your people, look, man, I'm here to help you people. I'm here to be here for you people. I want to see you succeed. Then they should accept everybody with open arms. My point, my feelings. You know what I mean? And maybe that needs to be talked about. But too many individuals are running off money. Too many individuals are worried about money. And they've grown away from it. Yeah, there's money in this shit, but we still got to get back to the purpose of what it is. You know what I mean? What we're actually trying to do. So, just remember that, little babies. But, anyway, let's have a good day. Love y'all. Stay off the drugs. Stay right. Stay tight. Don't get pregnant tonight.